Good morning. Well, it's 6 a.m. or thereabouts. And on a typical morning, basically here, it's very moist. You can see that the windows, or port lights as we call them, are completely covered, but on the outside, thankfully, in moisture. And yeah, everything just feels a little bit damp, but yeah, that'll burn off. The sun hasn't quite broken the horizon yet. Oh, it just hit my head. But this is a typical sort of morning here out in northern Queensland. Gloucester Ireland. So yeah, at this time of the day, I usually go around and do a little bit of wiping on the outside, because the whole boat is basically covered in morning dew. You can even see over the hills, well, even on the flat there, sorry, there's just that fog hanging on the ground. It'll burn off to a beautiful day though. Look at that, it's just stuck in the valley there. Even up there on the hill. Just that moisture hanging in there. As the sun's coming up behind the hill, the mist and the clouds are still taking hold. Let's come further down that little valley. The strip behind that little sort of hill there is there. But if you look between Cape Gloucester and Gloucester Island, you can't even see the hills beyond. So they're obviously sitting on the ground, the clouds. And you can see those clouds coming in about halfway up the level of Gloucester Island. They're starting to form. So yeah, interesting watching it all take shape. Beautiful day again. It's obviously the weekend. I've seen a few runabouts go tearing past, heading out to sea to go fishing. So yeah, different kind of a day, but a chill day in my little bay. And more of the mist rolls in. It seems to be developing now that the sun's coming. That peak's now covered. That strata going along Gloucester Island is developing further. Yeah, interesting. Even this little island out here, Saddleback's got a little bit of mist just hanging around below the peak. It's damp, but the sun will be here soon and dry it all out again. I couldn't find what the humidity was in the weather forecast, but yeah, must be reasonably high. Okay, so it's now gone right down to the water level. They're all disappearing right across the Gloucester Passage. Yeah, amazing. It's just incredible sitting here watching it develop. This guy just came tearing out of the mist coming down the channel. Yeah, it's just growing by the minute. It's amazing. That whole place, that whole coastline's disappeared now. That hill's disappearing. And yeah, it looks like it's coming down the Gloucester Passage. And Gloucester Island's getting covered again as well. And the sun's out, so yeah, but it's relentless. And it's creeping in. It's the sea fog, or whatever you want to call it, is now past the end of Gloucester Island. It's hard to tell, but I think it may be moving in this direction as well, which will be interesting. But yeah, Gloucester Island is disappearing again. Now it looks like it's coming down through the passage as well. I think the bay beyond was quite covered. So I guess my yardstick is this point over here to see if it gets covered and whether it's coming towards me or not. The sea fog cometh. It's crossed the point. Those hills are oh, and here's a whale right here. Right on cue. I thought I could hear it. There we go. Don't know if it's just a single one, but most of the ones I come across tend to be cows and calves now. And while we're waiting for him to come back up, or her, you can see how the fog is just rolling out, and even the saddleback is starting to disappear. There she is. I think there might be two of them, mother and calf, but I'm not sure. They're staying under a bit longer, so they're on their way somewhere, rather than just frolicking, as it were. Definitely coming in this direction. I'm just sitting here mesmerized, just watching this unfold. And crazy. Comes along so quickly. Just rolled out here and now connected up to Saddleback Island. Even with the sun up now, it's still going for it. So it'd be interesting to see whether it actually gets to me or not before the sun burns it off. But it's cup at this point, so it is definitely headed in this direction. Even in my little bay, little Jonah Bay, it's sort of come over the hills, and it's, yeah, look at that. This is incredible, Saddleback Island. It actually looks like a cloud and you're looking underneath it, like there's nothing there. Well, it's definitely coming towards me. The point, my yardstick, has been covered. Yeah, there's a westerly sort of blowing it along now, so it's moving in this direction. But I think it's sort of thinning out as it gets here. But yeah, still amazing. You can see where the sun's shining on it, and there's obviously darker bits where it's blocked by a cloud. Well, this is the closest I've come to people in the last days. So, yep, I'm done now. Yep, enough. Slowly getting our world back again. Things are starting to appear. You can see the top of Gloucester Island. And the bottom of Saddle. He's back in the saddle. And once again, we're back to our normal, beautiful, sunshiny, clear day. Lovely. Oh, it feels so good, that sun. Thank you for watching another Fast Forward to Queensland video. As always, don't forget to like, comment on YouTube and subscribe to Dawn Radar.